Hello everyone and welcome to Spa for another Porsche 911 Cup race. Only this time it's slightly different. I didn't click the record button for this one, so typically it turned into a pretty decent race. So I'll talk you through this one as best as I can because I thought it was worth sharing. So sit back, enjoy, just be pleased that you don't have to look at my ugly mug for this one. Enjoy. Right, qualifying didn't go well for this one, starting P18. The last race I did, I held my foot on the brake and used that technique and let go of the brake when the green flag dropped. This time, I slipped the clutch and got an absolute flyer. Unfortunately, Alejandro in front didn't, lost the rear and went in my path, and we got a cheeky 4X right from the off. So turn one, a bit sketchy, we're 3 wide. As we head down towards Eau Rouge for the first time. Thankfully, I'm a little bit ahead of the 2 orange cars, so they back out and let me through Eau Rouge in front of them. So I had a good run through there. So I'm thinking at this point I need to get by Alejandro as quickly as I possibly can. But everybody's going to be backing up, it's going to be difficult. Just trying to get through this first section of turns without any issues. So I get a good run up the inside. It doesn't make it easy for me though. He's staying there, but I've got the inside line for this right and the next one, so there's no way that he's going to get by. So at this point, there's not really a great deal I can do. Everybody's battling hard on the first lap. I can't really go anywhere, so it's just a case of getting some heat into the tyres, trying to race as clean as we can, trying to put a little bit of pressure on where we can. But I get a good run out this turn. The guy in front defends, so I'll go around the outside, or try to. But Ginez is having none of that at all. I managed to keep the inside line all the way around, but he just pushes ahead slightly for this final right-hand turn, and there's nothing I can do there. I got the brakes a little bit later, but he's got the inside line. So I've just got to concede that one, let him back in front, and then regroup and see if we can do something else the following lap. Now, as we approach Blanchimont, I'm aware that I've got people right close by me, right on my tail. So I take a slightly defensive line going into the final chicane, just so I can consolidate and keep hold of this position. So going on to lap number 2 now, and things are going to get a little bit more interesting. As you see, the red and blue car ahead come into contact, which causes the rest of us to back up. Thankfully, I was able to miss it, but unfortunately the guys behind weren't so lucky. That caused me to lose a bit of time on the guys ahead, but thankfully I had the Kemmel straight coming up, which would enable me to claw a little bit of the time back. So I didn't get a very good run, but the guys ahead were battling. We're going too wide, which certainly helped me claw some of the time back. I'm right back on now. It's decision time now. Which guy am I going to follow around? Who's going to get pushed out wide? I initially thought it was going to be the white car, but he had a good run around the outside here. So then I changed my mind and thought, right, the yellow car is going to get forced out. So I'll sneak through with the white car. But these guys were battling hard, so there's not a great deal I can do at this point. I'm just going to sit back and just wait for an opening to come up, see if I can make a move. As I do coming out of this turn, I get a good run coming out of here, and I think this is my moment. But Ginez defends well, puts his car in the middle of the track. There's not a great deal I can do there. But I realise at this point I need to get past. So I think about the exit for this turn, and as I do I follow the yellow car and make my move up the inside of Ginez and get the job done. Role reversal now, I'm on the inside, Ginez has got nowhere to go. He's got a slot in behind me there. And that's me up another position. So as I go through Blanchimont on this lap, the car runs wide, it wouldn't downshift, but I realised that early doors, so I got back on the gas to get back on the track safely and consolidate my position. So going on to lap number 3, the gap to Victor ahead had increased to over 2 seconds. As I go around turn 1, Ginez behind gives me a little love tap, which causes me to run out wide. Rube can't do a great deal about this and collides with me as he straightens his car. This causes me to collide once more with Ginez and he spins. Some would say that's karma, but we'll have a look at it from Ginez's view now. So as you can see, he gets a good entry into turn 1, but gives me a love tap. We collide, then collides with him, and that's his race done. So the gap now to Victor had increased more, over 2 seconds. Or 2.5 seconds. But I knew I had decent pace if I had clear track. I was good on the brakes into this section coming up, so I didn't bother defending from this guy behind, but in hindsight I probably should have done. As you can see, I was pushing a little too much and just about got it stopped. And I went super wide round here. Thankfully he didn't make a move there. But then on this turn, Roops goes a bit wide. He misses his apex massively. So this is my chance. So he moves his car over, as if to say, no you don't. But yes I do. So I'll go for it up the inside. But as you can see, when we come out this turn, he flashes his lights. So I don't think he was that happy about the overtake. But I think it was a bona fide, legit overtake. Let me know in the comments what you think. I don't think there's anything wrong with that at all. That's me up to P17. So as the guys were battling ahead, the lead that they had over me is decreased by a few tenths, so I'm definitely catching up. So now it's just focus. Get your head down, Dave. Let's try and catch these guys. Just outside the draft. Trying to stay on the track this time through Blanchimont, which I do. And the gap's now down to 1.5 seconds. So Roop was struggling at this point to keep up. The gap's increased slightly behind, so it's just eyes forward, focus on what's in front of me and not what's behind. So lap 4 now, gap's down to 1 second, well within draft. So as you can see, as these guys go up the Kemmel Straight, then they're going to be too wide, which is only going to benefit one person, and that's me. But 3 seconds or so up the track, you'll see this car number 22, you'll see the orange car just going off there, and then you'll see this number 22 car puts himself off. So that's 2 positions I'm going to gain. Now I mentioned the 22 car as he's going to feature again in a little while. So as you can see now, I'm just going to pass that moment. You'll see the orange car on the right hand side just when we get round here. There it is, coming back on track. I just managed to get back in front of Fabio, and then we'll pass the number 22 car as he just comes back onto the track. And that's me up to P15. So I can see Victor in front had some damage to his right front, which always worries me. Why has he got damage? Are they reckless, or have they just been unlucky? So Victor left the door open here, so it'd be rude not to have a look. But little did I know that it would squeeze me right up to the right. I had nowhere to go there. But that triggered the red mist. And I knew it was on at this point and I wanted to get by. You'll see as I exit this next turn how hard I'm pushing. I think there's a bit of oversteer here. I'm really pushing the car. I mean, this was a battle for 13th place. The best battles aren't always at the front. So round the final chicane, going on to lap number 5. I mean, the 6 of us or so at this point, all within 2 seconds. Good close racing. So I was thinking at this point I needed a real good run out of Eau Rouge up the Kemmel Street, because I knew Victor wasn't going to give me it based on what had just happened a few moments earlier. So I was concentrating so hard on getting a good exit out of here. Bounced over the curbs just, he got a bad run. So thankfully we were able to get by without any dramas at all. That's us up to P14. So the guys ahead had gone at this point. So it was clear that it was going to be a mid-pack grind. I mean, some of the best racing I've had has been in the mid-pack. The beauty about iRacing, you always find somebody of a similar level to you, no matter where it is in the field. So it's just a case of putting the pressure on to Bastien now. So get a good run out of there, but he's got a good exit, so there's not a great deal I can do here. Just show him my car in his mirror, just to give him something to think about. So you can see I'm pushing there. There's a big freight train behind as well, so I'm conscious I don't want to make a mistake. So this is the run up to the final chicane. As I mentioned, the number 22 car earlier on, well, he's going to feature once more. It looks like he misjudges his braking coming into the final chicane, and then there we go. That's the pressure from behind gone. Thank you, number 22. So once again, it's ice forward, going on to lap number 7. So my lap times have been slowly improving. I felt confident with the car, the setup was good, everything was just tickety-boo. So I get a pretty decent run out of here going on to the straight, but it's not quite good enough. I'm 4/10 behind at this point, so it's not good enough to have a go into this right. But I do have a cheeky little go into the next right after this one. It doesn't quite pay off, but it was definitely worth a go. I get a good exit out of this left. But doesn't quite pay off, and he cuts across me here as if to say, you aren't getting by here, but he goes really wide here. And I thought for a split second, is he going to go off, but he didn't. So here we go, going at this turn, go up on the inside, nice clean racing through here. But I managed to hold it on the outside, just at his back quarter there, which gives me the inside line for this right. And once again, once you've got the inside line here, then there's not a great deal somebody can do about that on the outside. So the gap ahead now was 3.8 seconds. They were miles ahead. I only had something like 3 laps to do. So there wasn't a great deal I could do apart from get my head down and just hope for the best. So that's going on to lap 8, the gap 3.5 seconds. Lap 7, sorry, not lap 8. Gap was 3.3 seconds. Not enough time. Too much to do, not enough time. My focus at this point was just trying to gap Bastian, which thankfully I was able to do. So that's going on to lap 8. As you can see, the relative 3.3 seconds, so it went down slightly. And you'll see there'll be a small increase probably going on to lap number 9, so it's down to 3 seconds. And then, as you'll see, then it'll go down a little bit more going on to lap number 10. The gap behind Sebastian's increased to over 2 seconds. So last lap down to 2.3 seconds. So I had caught up a bit, but just not enough time. So that's it, coming up to the final few turns on the last lap. I know this is a bit different from the norm, but I just wanted to share this one with you. It was quite a good, fun, enjoyable race. Typical when I'm not recording that I get involved in some decent scraps, some good overtakes, some good near overtakes. But really, really good race, that one. I enjoyed it. So if you like this kind of format, if you wouldn't mind letting me know if you do, I would put a little bit more time into it. This has just been thrown together, obviously. But if you do like this format, let me know. And I might do some more of this. At least you don't have to look at my ugly mug, as I mentioned at the beginning. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed that one. Thanks for watching. I'll see you later.